I would like to show you something we've been working on for the last several years. In fact, I think this could be very useful for everybody. So that's why I would like to introduce this to you, and maybe you can start talking about it, and maybe we could use it for our own research. Okay, so can you see my screen where beautiful pictures are? Please, if you don't, please let me know. Okay, so right now what we are looking at is a website, which is, I will tell you later where it is. It's MQCP. And let me change to English. Sorry, I cannot change it to Russian. I don't have a menu. I just have a Korean or English. They said that they can provide, they have something like 30 something different languages they can do it. Okay, now you can sign up, and here, oh, okay. Oh, just a second. Okay, so I'm done. Okay, so please sign up here. Let me increase the font. Oh, is that the next? Okay, could not. Okay, then you sign in here. Okay, so since I already did it, I just sign in here. And there are many menus here, so you got confused, right? So usually the best way to look at the menu is just to go to the first. Go to the first. Simulation. Okay, still there are 3 sub-menu here. You got confused, but maybe the first menu would be the best, right? Science apps. Yes, that's it. So you go here, then you have a different window here, but there's MQCP. If you click on here, you will see many science apps, 40 apps found. This is mostly we uploaded, and nobody else's, I guess. I think even Hiroya also uploaded one time. So we just play with this. That's all we have done so far. So what is it? So that's the question, right? So let's have a look, a couple of things here. You see that here more, if you click on more, you will see a lot more here. So there are many, so you got confused, right? So, but you can see that there is a lot of it here. So maybe, so this is where you can find the various different applications, okay? This is, and then you go to the simulation again, then there's workflow. The second menu of the first menu is workflow. Here you can see another various list here. So you got also confused that there are so many things, what they are. So let's just try one. Maybe we just try, let's say, games with graphic front end. And there is a simulator menu and the designer menu, basically those two. Oh, you can don't delete. Okay, so let's go to the simulator. Oh, so this is this is nothing. Okay, let's find out another one. Workflow with let's see, is it this one? Oh yeah, this is the right one. And you see that now it's getting more interesting. Now, rather than text, now you have boxes like this. You can move it around if you wish. And basically what you do is that, let me just quickly tell you. The first one is games input generator. It generates games input and then send it to the second module. Let's consider each box as a modules, okay? And it send it that input, generated input into the second games. So normally what you have to do is you have to use a VI editor or whatever editor you use, and you create a games input. And sometimes you got confused what kind of the keywords you use. Well, then you ask your friends and people to get the right keywords, right? So it takes quite some time. But with this system, you can just click, and few clicks, you can generate the game's input, and even you can submit the job. That's also very a different situation here. So the way you use is very simple. You go again, first menu. Okay, this is the first menu, which is a new simulation. You click on new simulation, and then the most difficult part of this is that to give a name of this simulation, maybe the best one would be test. So I just create a test. Okay, now it's ready for simulations. Now, all of a sudden, you see two red dots appears right here. Red means that it needs inputs, okay? So how we give inputs to this red? Well, just click. Okay, let's click the second red. All of a sudden, you have a pop-up window where you have a molecular editor. Okay, let's use my favorite triangle. And you add a hydrogen, and you save it. That's it. Then you create your molecules. Of course, you can upload the Cartesian coordinates, whatever geometries to this system. That's another way, but this is graphically, you can also edit the molecules. So you just create the molecules. Now, you see that it was a red dot, now becomes a green. Green is good. Now let's look at the other red. Let's click on this. It pops up, input, it gives you a pull down menu again. You see that you can have a geometry optimization or energy calculation, much more intuitive keywords rather than the game's keyword you normally have from the manuals. You can just transform that keywords into this much more readable input system. By the way, you can easily create this. I can tell you later. And you can select whatever you want. Maybe right now B3 of IP is you cannot select other functionals. I'm sorry. That's what I have here. And you save it. Now two red dots becomes greens. So it's ready to go. So then how we gonna submit this? Well, it's not quite obvious, but if you look at go through, okay, yeah, this icon, there is a submit icon. You just click on, that's it. And wait. You see that the wheel rotating, right? The first you might now okay now it second box wheel is rotating. Is running. It says running down here. It's you have 3 carbons and 6 hydrogen. It shouldn't take long, but it appears to taking longer is because this interface and the real calculation is different. Okay, it's done. Once it's done properly, it says success. Now, what should we do here? We just there is open the output here. Let's click this. Okay, this is your results. Okay, this is a JMOL. This is a Java script. I think it's Java, or one of the Java kinds. So you can easily attach your output to the JMOL so that you can easily visualize this. So all of these here, you even don't need any VI editor or whatever editings necessary. You just click and click and that's it. Or just clicks, right? Or just click and you've done calculations. Okay, so this is great. So let me give you another example. Okay, so that was simple. Now a bit more, let's say this. Let's go simulator. Oh, okay, now we have a lot more boxes here. Okay, oh, good. Okay, again, test. Test is good. name for the title. Okay, now this is, in this case, this is a bit different here because you just have one red dot. Why you don't have two red dots? Well, anyway, let's click on it. And you add a hydrogen. Okay, so, oops. How can I go back? Oh, okay. Okay, and let's save. And then submit. Let's watch what's going on here. Okay, so once you submit it, so what you just did is just you just create a geometry input. That's it, right? And no keywords for the specific calculations. But such a specifics can be simply modularized like this. Here you see that the basis set 6G basis set, or here 6G star basis set, you just attach it. You don't have to specify it, you just plug into it. And then you go through the one electron integral and the Hickel gas. And you can see that you can do a parallel, two different jobs at the same time like this. Because you can connect more than one connection from this to that. And now each of them is done. And the calculation, the first one is already done. So you just click on the log file and you see that. Oh, okay. So you see that the results in the, I didn't attach the graphic analyzer here. So it just gave me the raw files. And this is another calculation. So two calculations done at the same time. Okay, so quite interesting, right? So then how we can create this? I mean, so now what you just saw is that modules, just the modules and connected. So first question is how we're gonna connect the modules, right? The easiest one. So let's try it. So this is the designer mode. Okay, so now you are the designer. If you can see that your left up corner it says designer, right? And then what appears in the left hand side is the kind of menu. So you click on the plus and you click on here and you will see many. Okay, so it'll be much nicer to have icons rather than this text. Right now we just have a text, but I think that later we should be able to change into icons. Then that'll be much easier for us to choose. So let's just try something. Let's just try the one that so what you need to do is drag and drop. What I just did is drag and drop, okay? So let's drag, drop, okay? That's it. So these are the modules you can choose, and you just choose whatever you like, okay? However, you cannot connect to whatever combinations, but there is one specific rules, which is your left-hand side is input and your right-hand side of the box is outputs. Okay, so always inputs and outputs, inputs and outputs. So the second box also has on its left-hand side inputs, on its right-hand side outputs. Okay, so you give input here, then it will generate the some outputs. And then you can connect like this. Of course, you can disconnect, but in this case, it can be connected because they have the same data type. If they don't, it is not connected. How do we define data type? We predefine those data type. Okay, so as long as they share the same data type, you can connect it like this. That's how we connect this, and then we disconnect them. So this is a very, very simple way of connecting different modules, and this web platform allows you to do it. Once you create such a complicated connection of modules. We called it, that's what we call workflow. And you can define those workflow as another modules, and you can utilize it for other connections of workflow. So you can this workflow can be very, very complicated, but can be done very simply like this. If you have any questions, please stop me anytime and give me those questions. Okay, so what I just show you is that how you create a workflow using the modules. So in this case, each module is a standalone software, standalone executable. It's a standalone program. Each of these boxes is a program, and there is a specific regulations of inputs and outputs so that they can be interconnected. So that's the main idea of this. Then you might have a question, how are we gonna create each module, right? So let me briefly explain that to you. You go to, okay, maybe my asset, the second menu here. My asset means my asset. It's mine. This is what I created. Okay, that's a. Here on the bottom here, you see the app register. This is it. This is where you register new modules. Okay, you click on this. Then lots of menus here. You just follow this procedure one at a time. Then eventually you will upload your executables. Here, please remember, we don't upload source code. We upload executable. So at the end, then you define all these different requirements, and eventually you can just upload your own module. So suppose that the people around the world, that's our final goal, is that we would let scientists around the world upload their own modules, whatever module that is. Then as soon as we all upload these modules, then we could have lots of modules. At the end, all we need is just to interconnect them. So that's that would be